You are listening to Soundside. I'm Libby Dankman. April Fool's Day is thankfully behind us, and while they do say April showers bring May flowers, I'm happy to say we have got some partly sunny days over the weekend coming up ahead, if the weather reports are to be believed. So let's check in on what there is to do in the next couple of days in the Pacific Northwest with Soundside producer Jason Megatron Burrows.
Thank you, Libby, and welcome to the weekend warm-up. Easter weekend is upon us, and with it, loads of folks heading out to brunch on Sunday. So keep your head on a swivel and think about making reservations like yesterday. And if you can't manage to snag a table, don't worry. There are a bunch of other things going on this weekend, so let's start with a pair of conventions that always happen over Easter weekend. NorWesCon and SakuraCon, two nerdy gatherings, each with their own unique brand of geeky indulgence. NorWesCon is celebrating its 48th year as the Pacific Northwest's premier science fiction and fantasy convention. It's also the con that I cut my teeth on when I first moved to Seattle proper 25 years ago. I have fantastic memories of trooping with Garrison Titan of the 501st Legion, with our booth set up next to the Church of Scott Bakula, who reminded us that his career died for our sins. NorWesCon is happening now through Sunday evening down at the Doubletree by the airport. It is a really fun convention with a load of really fun attendees, and the after-hours parties are where the best memories are made. Now, on the other side, we've got SakuraCon running Friday through Sunday at the Seattle Convention Center, which is your one-stop shop for all things anime. SakuraCon is presented by the Asia Northwest Cultural Education Association and is the oldest and most well-attended anime convention in the Pacific Northwest. There are so many contests, including anime music videos, lip-sync battles, mecha modeling, karaoke, and of course the annual cosplay contest, just to name a few. And that's in addition to the panels, workshops, celebrity meet and greet opportunities, charity auction, gaming tournaments, and the enormous exhibit hall. SakuraCon is taking over all three buildings at the Seattle Convention Center, and the schedule of events is 78 pages long. So put on your best anime-inspired outfit and check it out. It runs Friday through Sunday at the SCC. Now from sci-fi and anime, we jump over to the world of West Coast Swing. Seattle's Easter Swing is an annual dance event held at the Hyatt Regency in Bellevue, which is going to be super easy to get to now that the 2 line is running. Look, I'm not much of a dancer, so I don't feel sufficiently equipped to explain a lot about this, but as I look at the website, it certainly makes me want to buy a day pass so I can go watch some of these folks cut a rug. There are over 1,000 dancers from around the world participating, with contests and workshops galore, midnight social dances on both Friday and Saturday nights, and an Easter egg hunt on Sunday. So check it out, Easter Swing is happening today through Sunday evening over at the Hyatt Regency in Bellevue. Let's hop over to Saturday, shall we? Up in Everett, the Everett Film Festival kicks off at 12:30, and it looks like it's going to be a blast. This local event started back in 1997 and is run for nearly 30 years, highlighting work from women in film. The day-long festival features 11 different movies, split up by speaker presentations and meal breaks, concluding with the fantastic film Thelma, starring June Squibb. It starts just after noon at the Everett Performing Arts Center on Saturday. Next, let's go out and watch some comedy. The Stranger presents the 2026 Undisputable Champions of Comedy. Need I say more? Okay, I'll say more. It's taking over Washington Hall in the Central District. It's hosted by the hilarious Emmett Montgomery, and it features 7 of Seattle's finest comics. I love stand-up comedy, so this is definitely on my to-do list this weekend. Doors are at 6:30, the comedy starts at 7:30, and it's all going down at Washington Hall. Now, spring has sprung, and Pierce County's annual Daffodil Festival is underway, so if you were in the mood for a parade, don't you worry, you have 4 different opportunities to catch it on Saturday. This parade started in 1934 when the previously discarded daffodil blossoms were used to decorate cars and bikes and other floats for a grand parade, and they've been doing it nearly every year since. This year, the 93rd Annual Daffodil Festival Grand Floral Parade will take over Tacoma at 10:15, Puyallup at 12:45, Sumner at 2:30, and finally Orting at 5 p.m. So go get your daffodil on. It'll be fun. There are 123 entries in this year's parade, and each of the 4 parade maps are posted on the website. And finally, because I love them and I will never not mention them when they're playing, The Seattle Torrents are on the road this weekend, but hey, they are playing at Madison Square Garden to a sold-out crowd. They're taking on the New York Sirens, and if the last few times they played against this squad is any indication, this game is sure to be a barn burner. There is no official watch party as of right now, but there are a bunch of local spots where you can hang out and watch the game with local fans, including the 2 rough and tumble locations in both Ballard and Columbia City, Pitch the Baby in Capitol Hill, and the Angry Beaver in Greenwood. Puck drop at Madison Square Garden is at 5 p.m. here on the West Coast. So let's go Torrent. And that is it. As usual, we will have links to all of these events at KUOW.org/Soundside, and you can find even more events by checking out KUOW's podcast, Meet Me Here. If you would like to suggest an event for future installments of the Weekend Warmup, shoot me an email, arts@KUOW.org. Thank you for listening to Soundside. I am Jason Megatron Burrows, and that's what you could be doing this weekend.
Thanks for listening to Soundside. Don't forget you can listen live on KUOW 94.9 Seattle at noon and 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, or anytime right here online at KUOW.org, or of course on your favorite podcast app.